Good afternoon, everyone. I'm recording in my hotel room in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. I arrived from the States on the 11th. I flew on the 9th from out of Springfield, where my children are and my grandchildren, and then I flew to Doha, and then Doha to Kuala Lumpur. And if you're not aware, if you're traveling to Malaysia, you have to be quarantined 14 days. It doesn't matter whether you are a foreigner or Malaysian. If you want to enter into Malaysia, you need to be in quarantine for 14 days. So today is day 3 of my quarantine day in Furama Hotel in Bukit Bintang. I've never been to this hotel. And we are assigned randomly, like you don't get to choose. The buses are waiting for us at the airport when we check out and do the COVID testing. Then we pass immigration, and then we go pick up our bags and then take our bags with us to the bus. And when then you have to put all your bags, including your handbag and your carry-on the pavement, and they will spray over your bags. They sanitize your bags, and then they load up your bags, and then you get on the bus. Even at the point when we were inside the bus, we have no idea where we were going. We were not told. And then later, when the bus driver came into the bus, then he told us that we are going to Furama Hotel. And when he announced that, some people in our bus cheered, because some of them are coming from overseas, from different companies, and their colleagues have arrived earlier than them, either the day before or so, and some of them were quarantined here. And apparently they were very happy with this hotel. Like, it's a full-fledged hotel. It's a regular hotel, maybe, I think maybe 3-star hotel. So they have, so when we then the process to come to be checking into the hotel is a little bit complicated. So once we got here, we have to stay in the bus. They unload all our bags and load it, up front, but in the hotel, and then not the lobby, just the front entrance of the hotel. And then we were told then we could get down from the bus, and then we lined up single filing with parents and children. Young families will go first, and then you go to the counter, and then you fill in a form saying that if you have any allergies or food allergies and different things, you have to sign a declaration form that you will not hold the hotel responsible if there's food poisoning. I don't remember, it was a blur. Okay, I've been flying for over 30 hours by then, tired. Then we pay for, we give them a credit card or cash, and then you pay, and then they give you your room key. So after I got my room key, I went and picked up my bags, and 9 young men helped me. They are all in PPE, full protective gear. We are not, and so I think at this point they treat us as if we are COVID positive. So, but they are fully geared, with a mask, full PPE, gloves and everything. So one young man saw that I was struggling with my bag. I have a big 50-pound bag, a smaller bag, like maybe 30 pounds, my carry-on and my backpack. So it's kind of hard to roll all 3 bags together. So he helped me with the big bag. Then, and then we go through a back way, not the lobby. We didn't see the lobby of the hotel. It's some back service lift. And walking through, it's like you are in a bomb shelter. There are red tape everywhere. There is like a yellow, those crime scene tape. I think they might even have constructed that part to lead us to the lift that may not be there before this whole pandemic happened. It looks like that. It looks like it was recently constructed. Very, very pandemic looking. And then we got to the lift, and then I was on the 7th floor, and so then I found my room, and there is a little table outside my room in front of the door, I got in. I'm very pleased with the room. It's clean. I looked through everything. Some people complained there were like nasty things in their room, but my room was fine. Everything was good. They gave us a box of water, 24 bottles of water. I think you can ask for more if you need. Lots of tissue paper, toilet paper, and then their shampoo and body gel and all that comes in big bottles, you know, those permanent bottles, not the small little bottles. So we had that, and then, you know, I was so tired, so relieved that I am back home. So I showered, I talked to my family, told them I'm here, I'm safe. I arrived, very excited, you know, and immediately I start unpacking, you know, just putting things, because I'm going to be here for 14 days. And although I was very tired, mentally I just couldn't switch off. So I did empty out everything, and then, you know, try to find some way to organize my stuff. And also, I'm not going to tell you how I managed to fly out of America to Kuala Lumpur. That is a story by itself. It was like the amazing race, but the intensity is like times 100. My heroes were my 2 children. They jumped into amazing race mode. They rushed me to the airport. One of them is on the phone trying to get me a ticket out when my flights were being cancelled. The other one settled the baby, my little one, and then she threw things into my bags, and then we went to the airport, and then we couldn't fly, and then we drove all the way back home, and then we tried to get another ticket to get out, and I was told I was going to travel on Thursday. We woke up Wednesday morning, about to have breakfast, and then we were told that we had to travel on Wednesday. So mad dash again to the airport. And even as I was traveling, my flights were changing on me in different sectors. So it was very, very exciting and very, very stressful. But that is another story. So then I got settled, and we had and then they brought us dinner. It was later. The food is basic, and I called them and I said, you know, is it possible to have some salt and pepper packets? And they say that they can bring it up, because I also wanted to find out if a friend of mine have asked if she could send me some things, and she works downtown, and she's gonna bring me some dry food, and I've asked if she could bring me some soy sauce. So when I called the reception, I asked them that what food can be dropped off for me, and they said, like, you know, cup noodles, cookies, but nothing perishable, because you drop off the food or whatever you want for us in a hotel, and the government, military, or NADMA, the National Disaster Agency, will have to go through what your family sent you. They'll go through, make sure that it's okay, and then they will bring it to your room. And that process can be up to 48 hours, depending on how many are staying in the hotel, depending on how many people are sending us packages, depending on how many people are on duty. So a lot of factors. Also depending on how many people are checking in and checking out, because you have the same personnel doing all these things. So very complicated. That's why you cannot have things that can be perishable, because they say in the box and they send it to you, it's going to be bad. And I asked, is it okay for her to send me a small bottle of soy sauce? And the receptionist says, yeah, it's not allowed. And any liquid or glass bottles are not allowed. It's kind of, she said, like, think of like an aeroplane, you know, like you're flying, that kind of thing, your check-in bag. I said, okay. So so the food is very plain, and she explained to me that the food has to be plain because it has to be good for everyone. Like people here, some of them may have cancer, some of them may have blood pressure, or diabetes, or some people have food allergies, children, people can't eat too spicy, too salty, too sweet, too whatever. So it's kind of bland food. The best way I would describe it is hospital food. But I've already been in the States for a month. My children cook some, I cook some, but to eat Malaysian food of any sort is a good enough treat for me. And I'm not a fussy eater. I eat everything. That's one of my problems. So we did good, and I have since I checked in, you know, the reason I went to the States is to see my baby granddaughter and also to help my daughter. This is her first first child, and when I was with her, I would be on baby duty from 2 to 7 in the morning, 2 o'clock at night to 7 in the morning. And so I've not really been sleeping any stretch of like long stretches of time. So the first time I slept for nearly 5 hours. Today I slept for like 7 hours. So I was properly tired. And the good thing is that I feel like I'm not having jet lag because I am up in the day and slept throughout the night. So I thought I'd share this experience about quarantine with you guys. I know hopefully this is a once a lifetime experience. I don't recommend it. You know, I wouldn't have done it if not for this little baby. And I've met stranded travelers both in Dallas and in Doha because they flew to Dallas to fly to somewhere, and those flights were being cancelled, just like mine was. My original ticket, I was supposed to fly through Japan. I went to the States flying through Japan, so I was returning the same route. That route is no longer in service. So I had to get a new ticket to fly through Doha. So not only is everything is very iffy, everything changes all the time. Even the airline staff tell us they don't know. They are on the receiving end of information that they get on a daily basis, and it changes every day. So I've met some travelers who are stranded in Dallas, and I've met several African people who were stranded in Doha because there were no flights back to their country, and one of them has been there for 4 days, and they couldn't tell him when he will fly next. And also, you know, the airports, all the airports are very sad. I think the busiest airport that has actually retail shops that were open was Doha. You know, and Doha is not a huge airport, so they have some retail shops, duty-free shops. But all the other airports I've been through, the Malaysian airport is basically closed. The Narita airport has a few pharmacy, small pharmacy that sells a little bit of souvenir. Those were open. Chicago, none of like their retail shops like their Coach, Burberry, all those stores are not open. Duty-free stores are not open. There are some food stores open. I think I had a bite at Chili's, but nothing else. I think Starbucks was open. Not even, most of the food vendors are not even open. Then flying through, coming back, Dallas, especially the international part, was so creepy and so empty. If you know Dallas, if you've flown through Dallas, you will never imagine that the Dallas airport or the Chicago airport being as empty and as quiet. Even the Malaysian airport, KLIA, is a very busy airport, you know. But it's not. They're like almost like abandoned buildings because the lights are not on in many of the corridors that you're walking through. And yeah, it's not the normal travel. Of course, the flights were amazing because there were so few of us. There's no problem. You can go to the bathroom anytime you want because, you know, there's so few of us. I flew Qatar and they gave us a face shield, and